What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with a brand new Halloween DIY for you all. We are doing special effects today. I'm super excited to show you all how to do this because literally you probably have everything at home already. So grab your stuff and do it now with me. Let's go. And also while we're on Snapchat, don't forget to go and follow me on Snapchat. I'm amazing, I post all the time, and I'm going to be doing a Snapchat giveaway in November. This special effects DIY is literally so easy, so make sure you give this video a big thumbs up for me and subscribe to become a unicorn. I call my subscribers my little unicorns, so if you'd like to become a unicorn, make sure you hit the red subscribe button down below. It's completely free, so just do it already, okay? Alrighty, now that all that is out of the way, let's get started, shall we?
Okay, for this DIY, you are going to need some Elmer school glue. You are also going to need some paper towels or napkins, even a Kleenex tissue will work for this as well. You will also need some foundation in the color of your skin tone. You will also need a special effects Halloween palette that you can actually get at CVS. This one was like 10 bucks. This is a cream base, however I do suggest that you get a powder base because it is a lot easier to blend out. And you will also need some red food coloring and some light corn syrup. Now as far as applicators go, I'm going to be using some sponges that I just cut up, and then I'm also going to be using a small paintbrush as well. Alright, so I'm first going to show you how you can make some very easy and edible, even if you wanted to, some fake blood. So this, all it is just some corn syrup and some red food coloring. So just add the corn syrup and red food coloring until you get the desired color and then mix. And that is literally it. You can put this on cupcakes or anything, but we're going to use it as fake blood today. The good thing about this is that if you leave it out, it would actually dry. So if you leave it like on the wound, it will dry out and you won't have to worry about it dripping too much. And there's our fake blood. You're also going to want to go ahead and take your tissue or your Kleenex, your paper towel, whatever you're using, and you want to cut little strips of this. Don't cut them too thick, you want them to be pretty thin. This is going to create the actual illusion of the kind of like the wound, I guess, like how the skin breaks, if that makes any sense. So you see here, I cut mine a little bit too thick, so just do yours a little thinner than that. So once you get your strips, just go ahead and kind of twist them into the shape of a snake. Just like that here, and you want to make sure that you twist it very tightly. Now just go ahead and do a couple more of those, and also you want to go ahead and cut some of them, at least cut them in half, just so that you have, you know, a lot of pieces that you can put together, just so you have the perfect length. Now let's go ahead and work on our flesh-eating virus. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to take the Elmer school glue and I'm just going to go ahead and draw out the shape that I want my wound to be. So you can definitely do whatever kind of shape you want to. I'm just kind of going for this scar looking oval kind of shape, if that makes sense. And it looks a little something like this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take that rolled paper towel and I'm going to go ahead and put that on top of the glue. This is going to create the illusion that the skin is broken, so it looks like, you know, there's an open wound. Now as you can see, that part at the end was kind of too big for me and it didn't fit all the way, so I'm going to just take some scissors and I'm going to actually cut that off. It's no biggie. So now I'm just going to go ahead and press the paper towel onto the glue just to make sure that it's all stuck there. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing for the next side of the wound. Now Now that you have that, all you want to do now is you want to go ahead and take more of that school glue, and you're going to want to build a wall like right on the edge of it, just to make it look like it's actually coming out of your skin and it just doesn't look like you put a paper towel on your wrist, you know? We got to give this the illusion that it's real. Also, you see here, if you have any gaps on the end, you can fill that in with some glue as well. Alright, now all you have to do is let that dry completely, and once it is dry, of course, it will go transparent. So now what we're going to go ahead and do is I'm going to take a sponge with my foundation, and then I'm just going to go ahead and basically turn our scar looking thing, our wound, I guess you could call it, into my skin color. I'm using a sponge for this just because it's a lot easier to blend everything out and it makes everything look seamless. Now as you can see here, you can still see a little bit of the white, so what I did off camera was I went in with the paintbrush and I put some more foundation over the paper towel just to make it all look a little bit more professional and good. So now I'm going to go ahead and take that cream base special effects palette and I'm going to go ahead and dip into the red with my sponge, and I'm going to go all the way around the outside of the wound to make it look like there has been some trauma and it looks like the virus is taking over my body pretty much. Dark stuff, I know. Want to make sure that you feather this out as much as you can, that way it actually looks real and it looks like the virus is taking over your body. So now I'm going to go ahead and go in with a paintbrush. I have the small paintbrush here. I'm dipping into the red again, and I'm literally going to go on the outside of the wound again, but this time closer to the actual area where the scar meets the skin, and I'm just going to go ahead and do a darker red border around that. That's just going to add dimension and also make it look a little more sickening. Alright, now what I'm doing is I'm taking the sponge and I'm dipping into some purple just to make it look like there has been some bruising happening around this area as well. The more disgusting this looks, the better, honestly, because hello, it's Halloween. Now I'm also dipping into some green with the same sponge just to make it look like it's a little infected, because we all love infection, don't we? That was a joke, I'm sorry, that was a really bad joke. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take the small paintbrush again and dip back into the red, and this time I'm actually going to paint over the actual paper towel that we rolled up just to make it look like it has been bloody, I guess. Now this is why I actually suggest that you use like a powder base kind of palette, because this cream based one, especially like the cheap one that you get from CVS, is awful like when you blend it out. But this is what I had lying around the house, and I wanted this to look, you know, very easy, and I wanted everything to just be what I could grab from home, so that's what this is here. Now I'm just going to go ahead and go over it with the sponge again just to kind of feather it all out. And I'm going to do some touch-ups here with the sponge, so I'm adding a little bit more green, as you can see. Basically, after you add in any type of this makeup here, you want to make sure that you blend it all out with the sponge to make it look seamless. So now you should should have something that looks like this. What I'm going to do now is take the small paintbrush again, and I'm going to dip into some black this time, and we're going to paint the inside of the wound. This is going to give us some depth, and it's going to look like when we look into it, it's going to make it look like we're looking into darkness pretty much, and so it's going to look like we have an open wound. I hope that makes sense because it did in my head. Now I'm taking the exact same black paint and I'm going to go around the base of the actual scar where the scar meets the skin just to give it a little bit more dimension, basically what I do with the red as well. And then of course I blend that all out, feather it out with the sponge. You know the drill already by now. Just let your imagination go wild. Alright, now after that, it is our last step here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and take our fake blood that we made and I'm going to put that on the inside of the wound. Then I also took a little bit of that fake blood and I put it on the outside of the wound as well, just to make it look like it's dripping out of the wound, you know? Give it a little dimension. And now it looks like I am being taken over by a flesh-eating virus. I'm turning into a zombie pretty much here. It's pretty cool because I literally did this for little to no cost at all, and it took little to no effort at all as well, so what's better than that, you know? It looks pretty realistic in my opinion, and it looks pretty gross.
Alrighty y'all, that was it for this special effects DIY tutorial. I really hope that you all enjoyed it. If you did, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel. Also, do not forget to head over to Snapchat and follow me on Snapchat for my giveaway in November and let me know what you all want me to give away to you. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you all so much and I will see you all next time. Bye! I did it again. This is like the second time in a row. I am great.